A new season of girls basketball is finally upon us, and it all begins with an out-of-conference showdown between the Northridge Raiders and the Homestead Spartans. Good evening, everybody, and welcome into Spartan Arena. I'm Braxton, being joined alongside color commentator Malachi Stout. And Malachi, tonight a new era begins for the Spartans as only 4 varsity players return from last year.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of growing pains this year, but I think this is a Spartan team that has a lot of potential.
And with that, let's get into the OPS pregame show by taking a look at the 4 returning players for the Spartans. And Malachi, 3 of these returning players are only sophomores, while the 4th, senior Emma Royce, is out with an injury until at least January.
Yeah, this is a Spartan team that's going to have to run through those sophomores this year if they want success.
And we should note for the Spartans, Carly Mullering, who will be starting tonight. She did get some varsity playing time last year with 6 games. And now taking a closer look at the Spartans' upcoming schedule. And for Homestead, tonight's matchup is huge because come Saturday, they will already be starting conference play against the Wayne Generals. The Spartans will have 4 conference games within the next month. It's going to be crucial to get off to a hot start, especially if we see the conference title come down to the last game of the season like it did last year.
It's very important for these Spartans supporting cast to get chemistry and get clicking with the sophomores from varsity last year if they want a chance to compete for the conference title this year.
Meanwhile, the Raiders began their season on Saturday, and Malachi, it was a dominant performance from Northridge, which led to a comfortable 65-52 win, and was an attack that was really led by 2 players, Morgan Cross and Cameron Conley.
And the Spartans will have to focus on stopping them, and with a Spartans team that is very inexperienced, you'll have to wonder if this is the year that the Raiders can break through and get a win.
And zooming out of that game, here's a look at the schedule for the Lady Raiders. They need to use the next month to their advantage as they will begin conference play on December 5th against Wawa C. And following tonight's game, they will have matchups versus Norwell, Fairfield, and Merrillville.
Not a very easy schedule coming up, but they have a lot of time to get everything figured out before conference play begins.
We'll see what they can do. And taking a look at the series history now, the Spartans are a perfect 7-0 against Northridge, but the Raiders came close to breaking through last year, losing by only 5 points, 57-52.
Yeah, this is a very good Northridge team, and I think the Spartans are going to have to play perfect if they want to get a win today.
And you see some of the stats right there, a 7-game winning streak for the Spartans, obviously never dropping a game in this series. They also won the only postseason matchup in 2017, 63-40. We're going to take a short break, but don't go anywhere, as we are just moments away from tip-off of the Homestead Spartans season opener.
For more than 30 years and 2 generations, RT and Colin Green have given Fort Wayne more than proven personal injury representation. They have shared everyday life with the people they serve. These deep ties give RT, Colin, and every member of Team Green Law the local Fort Wayne knowledge and insight to know the best way to help you get the recovery you deserve. See the difference local experience makes. For a free consultation, visit us online at teamgreenlaw.com. Team Green Law, for you, with you.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco specializes in pizza, subs, and more. Order online at marcos.com or by phone at 625-6800. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead Media's athletics coverage.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
30 years and 2 generations, RT and Colin Green have given Fort Wayne more than proven personal injury representation. They have shared everyday life with the people they serve. These deep ties give RT, Colin, and every member of Team Green Law the local Fort Wayne knowledge and insight to know the best way to help you get the recovery you deserve. See the difference local experience makes. For a free consultation, visit us online at teamgreenlaw.com. Team Green Law, for you, with you.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco specializes in pizza, subs, and more. Order online at marcos.com or by phone at 625-6800. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead Media's athletics coverage.
Welcome back to Homestead High School, where starting lineups for Homestead's season opener tonight are just about to be introduced. And let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Homestead Spartans in this one. You see Maya Epps will lead things off for the Spartans in that guard position. Liv Fry will be out there as well. They will be joined by Carly Malloring, Gabby Hosum, and Whitney Ankenbrook. And we talked about the youth on this team. You see it there. 4 sophomores starting this game, and Liv Fry, a junior, no seniors in the starting lineup. And now we will shift over to the visiting team, the Northridge Raiders, and their starting lineup. Morgan Cross, Sabrina Miller, Rylan Goodwin, Gabby Gates, and Ella Muhammad. This is a team with a little bit more experience, 2 juniors starting, as well as 2 seniors. Only 1 sophomore, Morgan Cross, and she performed well in their last game against Chesterton. Their only game so far this season. She had 15 points and 5 assists. They're going to need her again tonight. And now, Malachi, will get your keys to the game for this one. First off, for the Northridge Raiders.
For Northridge, they really need to make sure they control the pace of the game. The Raiders have already had a game to feel things out, and that could be huge in this matchup. They already have an idea of how this team operates best, and they need to use that to their advantage tonight.
Meanwhile, how do the Spartans get this opening night win on their home court?
The Spartans need big performances from the sophomores. Obviously, the Spartans want everyone to perform well tonight, but as we talked about earlier, a large portion of this team is sophomores, and a big performance from this group of 6 players will be necessary for this team to win.
We'll see if those sophomores can help get the job done for the Spartans. You mentioned it, 6 sophomores on this team. Only 1 senior on the squad, Emma Royce, who's out until at least January, like we talked about earlier. Then 3 juniors and 1 freshman. So this team, one that heavily relies on sophomores, which could be good for years to come, but still a lot of inexperience on the squad this year.
Yeah, they're going to have some of them step up and be leaders on this team this year.
We'll see if they're able to do that. We're getting set for the opening tip-off of this one. It'll be Gabby Helsum going up against Gabby Gates, the battle of the Gabbies and number 22s, and we are underway The Raiders control the tip. And will be brought up court by their offense now, looking to get things going on this first possession of the game. Good one. Bobbled on that outside corner. Repossessed. Now out to Miller. She's guarded by Epps. Raiders continue to just move the ball around the arc. Open for Cross, but she will pass it around and keep the offense going. Back to Goodwin. Fakes the pass to Cross. Mohammed. Back to Cross. Now Goodwin. And the Raiders almost a minute off of this possession at the moment, and finally this possession will come to an end with an over and back call.
Great defense by the Spartans. They're not allowing an open shot or anything, just smothering them the whole drive.
Mullering passes the ball into Epps. Following that initial Raiders possession, they look to get their offense going. She kicks out to Ankenbrook, now back to Epps, who drives inside, and that one's going to bounce off the rim. She goes for the board. And a scramble for it. The Raiders come down with it, thrown down court, and it's going to be passed inside. That will just miss, and now we're going to get a foul on the court against the Raiders.
Missed opportunity there in the fast break by Northridge.
Those are opportunities they're going to have to take advantage of. We saw the Spartans struggle a bit in defensive transition last season. The Raiders are going to try to expose that tonight. Epps brings it back up court for Homestead. Ankenbrook has it now. Looking for anyone to get the ball to. She's finally going to pass it inside, Telsum. And there's going to be a foul on that one. They called the foul on Morgan Cross. Fry now puts it into play. And Epps gets the shot off, but she will be fouled, and she will head to the line for 2 shots.
Northridge getting into foul trouble early in this game. They need to watch for that.
Already 3 players with a foul in this game for the Raiders. Certainly not a recipe for success. And the first free throw from Epps is good, and that's the first point of the season for the Homestead Spartans. Epps, her second free throw, good as well. Nothing but net.
We'll have to see if the Spartans can extend this lead.
Raiders are going to look to fight back on this possession. Miller has it in her hand. She kicks it inside. And that one's going to get deflected off the Spartans. It was Gates who took it down low. Get another look at it there. Gabby Gates drives inside on Helsum, and the ball knocked away. Raiders going to go right back to Gates, who gets it outside. Raiders have loved being out here so far in this one, playing a lot of their offense behind the arc. Gates, now she's going to go inside to Cross, who's going to go to the rim, and that one just going to rattle out. And the Raiders can't get those close ones to fall right now. Brought back up court by Fry. And now the shot attempt for Mullering. He can't get it to go.
It's 2 missed layup attempts by Northridge. They have to be making those if they want to win this game.
Now they'll go for a 3, and that one's not going to go as well. And now a scramble for the ball, and it will be a tie-up. The possession arrow favors the Spartans.
Real good defensive start for the Spartans so far, not allowing a single point.
Both defenses have looked pretty good in this one. You mentioned, though, especially for the Spartans, just not allowing the Raiders to get much right now. See if they try to slow the pace down a little bit as things got frantic there towards the end of that possession. Epps moving quickly, though. Guarded by Gates. She kicks it out to Ankenbrook, who pulls up from 3. That one, not good. Epps going to get the rebound, and she'll put that one up, and she can't get it to go either. Now brought back by the Raiders. Conley has it. She's going to try to get that one inside to Gates. That's going to be just outside her reach.
Spartans should look to slow down their drive, they've been going really fast so far, and I don't think that's going to work for them. I think they have to slow it down here.
Really have not had much offensively, save for that foul against the Raiders, and my Epps made free throws. We'll see what they do here. Back to Ankenbrook, and now over to Epps. She's trapped in the corner. Mullering sets a screen, The ball gets deflected out of bounds. It'll retain Spartans' possession. Mollering is going to have her throw in deflected, and that one's going to trickle out of bounds to the baseline. Spartans will keep possession again.
Another tip on the inbound, this Northridge defense is playing very good.
Spartans can't even get the ball in play right now. Fry will take this one after Mollering took the last couple. She gets it into Ankenbrook. Epps has it now. That one just deflected. Spartans continue moving the ball around the outside. Mollering. Fry over to Epps. It's guarded by Conley. Mollering. She looks at Epps down low, thinks better of it. Tries getting into Ankenbrook. It's poked away, and now Raiders players falling on the ground. They're able to hold on to the ball, though, and now whistle is going to be called on the floor. It'll go against the Spartans.
Northridge really smothering the Homestead players right now, not allowing any area at all to work.
That one was called on Gabby Hosum, her first of the night. Miller gets the inbound pass. She gets it over to Goodwin. Raiders continue their good ball movement, but they just have not had much shot selection to this point. Miller now trying to post up. She's guarded by two Homestead players, and now Goodwin can't get her shot to go. And the ball is going to be stolen by Hosum as a pass right to her. Fry to Ankenbrook, over to Epps. And we're going to get whistles on that one. It'll be a foul against the Raiders. So already up to 4 team fouls.
They really have to control themselves and limit their fouling, or they're going to be in deep trouble quick.
That one was called on Rylan Goodwin, her first of the night. The Raiders, as a squad, already starting to rack some fouls up. Ball will be put in play. Mollering's going to fire the trigger right away and cannot get it to go. Raiders with an opportunity in transition. That one's going to be passed down low, and a missed layup on that one from Conley. And now a travel against the Spartans. Maya Epps taking too many steps on that one.
And the Spartans have to convert in transition, as they are not being able to do much on inside the half court.
So the ball going to be put back in play for the Raiders. Only 2 points scored more than halfway through this first quarter. And now another turnover as Mollering barely able to keep that one in bounds. She got it to Fry. Now it's back to her. Spartans slow things down just a little bit. But back to Fry. That's going to go off the foot of a Raiders player. Looked like it was Conley's. Now Ankenbrook. Over to Epps. She sends out the offensive signals to her team. Over to Fry, back to Epps. And another whistle there. That time it's going to be a foul against Morgan Cross, her second of the night.
And Morgan Cross, a really good player for this Northridge team, needs to really limit her fouls, or they're not going to have too many people left in this game.
She leads this team in steals per game through just one game, of course, but she had 9 in their season opener. And now Maya Epps heads to the line. And her first one will be good. The Spartans already in the bonus early in this first quarter. And right now, the only points scored in this game have been Maya Epps' free throws.
That just shows how Northridge needs to limit their fouls, as if they can stop fouling, they are doing a great job on defense.
Yeah, besides fouls, both defenses have looked really good. Maya Epps now 4 of 4 from the line. Looking good for the Spartans right now. The Raiders trying to strike back outside on Miller. Epps guards her, and that's going to be deflected off of Epps. Raiders will keep the ball.
A lot of deflections this game. Both teams just clogging the passing lanes, not allowing anything.
Ball movement has been a struggle for both offenses. Definitely something they need to work on early in this one. Conley. Go outside to Goodwin, back to Conley. She's guarded by Ankenbrook. And now the three-point attempt from the Raiders, and they get their first points of the night. Now the Spartans moving quickly. Epps going to pull up from 3. And that one not able to go. Ankenbrook gets the rebound. She's looking for any lane she can get to. Helsum has it. Out to Oskin. Epps now. Inkenbrook fakes the three-pointer, drives inside, and gets the pass off to Helsum, who can't get her shot to go.
And the Spartans needed that to limit this Northridge team right now after draining that huge three.
Raiders trail by 1. Their offense going back to work, and now a scramble for the ball. They're going to give whistles, and they're going to call a foul on this one. It'll be against the Spartans. And will be against Whitney Inkenbrook, called for that foul. Just a scrum for the ball there. Not much she could do to avoid a foul. Put back in play now for the Raiders in the drive inside. That shot not going anywhere. Epps bringing it down the court in transition. She kicks it outside, and the three-point attempt, no good. The Spartans continue to struggle from three. The Raiders now holding it back inside. Now kicked out to Mohammed. She's going to hand it off. And the layup attempt from Gates does not go. Epps now. She's going to pull from three after just moving aside the arc. She can't get that one to go, and she's continuing to struggle.
And both teams just stagnant right now on offense. They both need to find a way to get going.
Goodwin has it for the Raiders now, guarded by Oskin. That one's just going to bounce off her foot. She keeps it alive, though. And now the drive inside, and we're going to get whistles on the court. So that one's going to go against Kendall McLaughlin. That will be her first of the night. Both teams starting to rack up the fouls. Now the Spartans have committed 3. The Raiders have committed 5. Now the three-point attempt, that one no good. Mohammed just couldn't get it to fall. Epps gets that once again, pushing it up court. She's guarded by 2 girls inside, and she just forces up a shot. And now a foul against the Spartans.
And that's just a bad shot. You can't afford to take shots like those when your offense can't get going.
Epps maybe just getting a little bit too desperate right now. As you saw the foul call, McLaughlin just picked up her second foul within the last 30 seconds. So now she's starting to get into a little bit of foul trouble for the Spartans. Brought back up court by Mohammed, who drives inside. And that's a bucket. Excuse me, that was Rylan Goodwin who got that one. Epps looks over to Coach Parker, just trying to get the signals. Spartans offense struggling to get anything going right now. She's just going to do everything herself, drives inside, and the first made field goal for the Spartans in this one comes with 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
And that's a huge basket for Homestead. We'll see if they can rebound off that and continue.
Now the Raiders trying to answer back with one of their own. Three-point attempt from Connolly. Just a little bit too short on that one. Inkenbrook gets it with 15 seconds remaining in this first quarter. She kicks it out to Epps. See if the Spartans slow things down to hold for the final shot. Oskin sets the screen on that right side. Epps picks up her dribble, gets it out to Inkenbrook, who's going to kick that one out to Helsum, and that shot will not go. So after a fast-paced first quarter of play, the Homestead Spartans lead 6-5. Welcome back to Spartan Arena, where the story of this game has been all defense. The Homestead Spartans shooting only 8% from the field in the first quarter. Meanwhile, the Raiders not doing much better, shooting 17%.
You see both coaches talking it over with their players, and we'll see if they can make the adjustments to score more in this second quarter.
Certainly need some improvements early in this one. Of course, early in the season, shooting such a streaky thing, one of the most streaky things in sports. See if they can turn things around. Ball put in play now to Goodwin. She's going to get another shot up, and once again, not able to get her to go. Epps had it temporarily, but Goodwin pokes it back out, passes it inside, and that one fails for the Raiders as well. Now Ankenbrook in transition. She's going to go inside, and she'll get her first bucket of the night.
Huge basket to extend the lead to 3.
Now ball pushed outside for the Raiders. Conley has it in her possession. She gets it out to Miller. Miller guarded by Epps. We've seen these two going at it all night so far. Now back to Conley. Passed inside. The Raiders really like that low post position. Just haven't got it to work. Goodwin. Now back outside to Mohammed. Guarded by McLaughlin. It'll be poked away. Helsum now has it, bringing it up the court. She'll slow things down, pick up her dribble. This could be a 5 seconds closely guarded call, and it will be just that. Sabrina Miller with the lockdown defense.
And Homestead just cannot get anything going this game.
It has been a struggle for the Spartans offense. Both offenses really have struggled big time in this game. Goodwin will bring it back up court for the Raiders. She moves to that right side. She gets it back to Ball, who's in the game for the first time tonight. Miller being guarded by Epps once again. Ball is going to get it down low. She's got a one-on-one matchup, but she doesn't like that. Goes out to Goodwin. Now to Conley. Mohammed, guarded by McLaughlin. And another long possession from the Raiders here. We've seen this all night from them. They just do not look to shoot early on. Goodwin now passes it out. And it'll go back to Goodwin underneath. And she'll go for the reverse layup and can't get it to fall. But she'll find the rebound in her hands after a couple Spartans collided. And now Epps will have it. She'll throw it down the court to Helsum, who drives to the hoop. And she's able to get the layup to go.
And the Raiders really need to limit their turnovers here in this game. Most of Homestead's points coming in transition.
And a timeout now from the Raiders, and we'll step away. The Spartans lead 10-5.
What limits you? Too small?
Welcome back to Spartan Arena, where there has already been a combined 10 turnovers in this game, 6 for the Raiders and 4 from the Spartans.
And in a game that both offenses seem to not be able to do anything, they really need to limit their turnovers so that not to give too many opportunities to the other team.
Whichever offense can get going first, they're going to have a great opportunity in this game. As an offensive foul called on that one against the Raiders on their first possession following the timeout. Ball put in play for the Spartans now. 5:44 remains in this first half. Hosum out to McLaughlin. Now to Fry. Trying to move this ball down. Anchorbrook pulls from 3, and that one just finds a way to rattle in the first made three-pointer for the Spartans.
And a huge basket for the Spartans, starting to pull away from this Northridge team.
Anchorbrook now up to 5 points on the night. And a shot there from Miller, but whistles against the Spartans, and we'll get another look at this previous possession for the Spartans. You see Ankenbrook's shot just able to rattle in. You see her going over to Coach Parker now, just getting some instructions as we await the first free throw here from Miller. And that first one good. Spartans lead down to 7. Miller's second free throw is up. That one off the back iron, but rebounded by the Raiders. Conley came down with it. And now a scramble for the ball after it was deflected over the line. It'll go out of bounds before any Spartans can get to it, and the Raiders will retain possession.
This Homestead team needs to get more rebounds. They've just been outboarded all game.
Certainly has been a struggle. We've seen the Raiders just seem to be fighting for rebounds a lot more than the Spartans so far. See if they can turn that around. Conley has it on the outside, guarded by Epps. After Epps shifted over to that side of the court. Miller now guarded by Hosum. She drives inside. Ankenbrook comes over to help. She'll just get a pass off. That'll go off the outstretched hands of Skoll. And now Epps will drive inside for the Spartans in transition, and she will get fouled on the shot. 2 free throws coming her way.
And once again, we see another Northridge turnover lead to opportunity for points by Homestead.
That foul was called against Cameron Connolly, her first of the night. And now Maya Epps will have her 5th and 6th free throws of the night coming up, and her 5th will be her first miss so far. Spartans hold a 7-point lead despite their lack of shooting offense in this one. Epps gets her 2nd free throw to go, pushing this lead up to 8. Getting her 7th point of the night. And now the Raiders come back firing, but immediately rebounded by the Spartans. Mullering has it in her hands, out to Ankenbrook, and now a travel against Whitney Ankenbrook. And that's the 2nd time we've seen the Spartans travel in transition tonight.
And big opportunities being missed right there. Spartans cannot afford for that to happen.
Raiders now down by 8. Got to get something going on their offense. Conley has the ball guarded by Epps. Gets it over to Gates. Gates with the spin move inside, and she'll get that shot to fall. Left Gabby Helsum wondering where she went.
Just a beautiful move right there, starting up this Northridge offense.
And now Epps, the Spartans look to come fighting back. Ankenbrook fakes the shot. Now back out to Epps. She's going to drive right down the middle and kick it out to Fry. Now to Mullering, who pulls from 3, and that one off the back iron. Epps fights for the rebound and gets it. And now she'll look for her teammate Mullering again. And that one, again, falls off the rim. We're going to get whistles, and it'll be Raiders basketball.
Northridge continuing to leave shooters open for Homestead. Homestead just needs to convert on some of them, and this lead would be much larger.
And those whistles were a foul against Liv Fry, her first of the night. Now Gates finds an open teammate on the outside. It's Connolly, or excuse me, it's Skoll, who now passes it inside to Connolly. And now Gates pulls up for the jumper. And the Spartans going to come up with that rebound as well. Fry over to Mullering. Ankenbrook. Epps. This Spartans offense has been set up so much by defensive rebounds so far. As another miss, though, for the Spartans. Raiders bring it back in transition, and Skoll's going to go up to the hoop, and she'll get the bucket to fall, plus the foul, a blocking foul against Whitney Ankenbrook.
And a chance for three-point play here. Homestead could not afford that, cutting the lead to just 4.
Lead down to 4 now, an opportunity to cut it down to a single possession. 3 points with this free throw coming from Skoll. Scholl take her one free throw. And that is good, and the Spartans lead down to just 3 with a little over 3 minutes remaining in the first half. And right now, this Spartans offense has just been struggling outside a couple of made threes. Mullering now, guarded by Miller. Out to Oskin. Epps. And now out to Mullering, a pulls from 3, and she'll get that one to go. And finally, she's able to get her 3 to go.
Huge make by Homestead, extending the lead to 6.
Now Conley keeps it outside to Scholl. She goes across the court to Goodwin, who pulls and can't get it to go. Raiders will retain possession on the rebound. Scholl kicks it out. Now the deep 3 attempt, and that one is good from Gates. And now Epps gets it out to Fry. Spartans lead down to 3. McLaughlin inside to Epps, and we're going to get whistles. It'll be a foul against Goodwin.
And we'll see how Homestead can respond to that deep 3 right there by Northridge.
Gabby Helsum checks back into the game for Homestead in place of Oskin. And now a substitution being made for the Raiders as well as Riegsecker checks in. Fry will pass the ball and put it in play, and that's going to be taken away immediately from Riegsecker, who just checked in. Raiders going to have an opportunity here. That one out to Conley. Mullering guards Miller. Miller passes it outside to Scholl. Scholl looking for anyone to get it to. She gets to Riegsecker. Now back to Conley. Scholl. And the Raiders just taking their time once again on this possession. And why not if the Spartans can't get it from them? Scholl maybe going to try to do something here. Almost goes up and down. No call there. Spartans fans certainly wanted it. And now we're going to get whistles. It's going to be a foul on the court against Kendall McLaughlin, already her 3rd.
Homestead needs to stop the scoring here from Northridge to keep their lead going into halftime.
And with McLaughlin picking up her 3rd foul, she will now check out. Probably on the bench for the rest of this first half. And probably deep into the 3rd quarter as well with those 3 fouls. Oskin takes her place after a short rest. Raiders get the ball back in. Continuing to just take their time with their possession. Conley. And that one, Mullering comes flying in. She gets a piece of it, but it goes out of bounds. She was able to just knock it away from Miller. Raiders will retain possession.
In Northridge with a long possession right now, not able to get anything going, however.
Miller gets that one in play to Riegsecker. This possession already over a minute now for the Raiders. Scholl will now go inside on Oskin, and she'll get that layup to go, and the Raiders trim the Spartans lead to 1.
Huge basket right there for Northridge, cutting the lead just to 1 right before the half.
Epps now over to Helsum. Back to Mullering. Epps being guarded carefully by the Raiders tonight, but she's going to go inside now, and she'll get the shot to go, plus the foul.
Huge basket there by Epps. This offense has ran through her primarily, and it is working.
And when she has been working, so has the Spartans offense. When she struggled, the entire Spartan squad has struggled as well. You see her in this game so far, 9 points, 5 of 6 from the line. We'll see if she can make it 6 of 7 here. And no, she will not, as that rattles out. So down to 5 of 7 on the night from the line. And 40 seconds remain in this first half. We'll see if the Raiders just try to hold for the final shot. Riegsecker gets it inside. The shot going to get put up by Gates, and she gets it to fall.
A great shot, even with the contest there, it still goes in. And we'll see if Homestead is able to hold the ball out and get the last shot.
She's up to 4 points on the night now. Epps drives inside. They won't hold for the final shot either, but Epps gets her shot to go, and she's starting to cook now. Raiders. Shot put up, and that goes, and the offense is finally starting to work in the closing seconds of this first half. Epps hoists one from beyond midcourt, and that will not go. So at halftime, the Homestead Spartans lead 21-20.
For more than 30 years and 2 generations, RT and Colin Green have given Fort Wayne more than proven personal injury representation. They have shared everyday life with the people they serve. These deep ties give RT, Colin, and every member of Team Green Law the local Fort Wayne knowledge and insight to know the best way to help you get the recovery you deserve. See the difference local experience makes. For a free consultation, visit us online at teamgreenlaw.com. Team Green Law, for you, with you.
0345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marcos specializes in pizza, subs, and more. Order online at marcos.com or by phone at 625-6800. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead Media's athletics coverage.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marcos specializes in pizza, subs, and more. Order online at marcos.com or by phone at 625-6800. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead Media's athletics coverage.
Rethink your limits.
For more than 30 years and 2 generations, RT and Colin Green have given Fort Wayne more than proven personal injury representation. They have shared everyday life with the people they serve. These deep ties give RT, Colin, and every member of Team Greenlaw the local Fort Wayne knowledge and insight to know the best way to help you get the recovery you deserve. See the difference local experience makes. For a free consultation, visit us online at teamgreenlaw.com. Team Greenlaw, for you, with you.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco specializes in pizza, subs, and more. Order online at marcos.com or by phone at 625-6800. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the .91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead Media's athletics coverage.
For more than 30 years and 2 generations, RT and Colin Green have given Fort Wayne more than proven personal injury representation. They have shared everyday life with the people they serve. These deep ties give RT, Colin, and every member of Team Greenlaw the local Fort Wayne knowledge and insight to know the best way to help you get the recovery you deserve. See the difference local experience makes. For a free consultation, visit us online at teamgreenlaw.com. Team Greenlaw, for you, with you.
Welcome back to Homestead High School. I'm Braxton Hall, joined alongside Malachi Stout as we enter the OPS halftime show. And the Spartans lead their season opener 21-20 at the moment against the Northridge Raiders. This has been an offensive struggle for both teams.
Yeah, Northridge just needs to stop Maya Epps from scoring. She has 11 out of the 21 points for Homestead, and she is getting whatever she wants tonight.
She leads the Spartans in scoring. You mentioned those 11 points. Carly Mullering has 3 for the Spartans. Whitney Ankenbrook with 5, and Gabby Helsum with 2. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they're led in scoring by Sabrina Miller, who has 6. Rylan Goodwin has 2. Gabby Gates with 4 rounds out the scoring for the Raiders. So heading into the second half of this game, both teams' field goal percentages have just been not great so far. Spartans shooting 32%, the Raiders shooting 33%. How do these teams turn things around in the second half?
Well, I think Homestead needs to capitalize on more opportunities, whether that be open shots or in the fast break. If they can capitalize on a few more of those, they would have a very sizable lead right now.
They've had a lot of opportunities in the fast break, especially layups, and we have not seen them be able to get to fall. We've also seen them settle for some three-pointers that were maybe just a little bit too risky. You see the teams getting ready to head back out to the court, getting ready for this third quarter of play. We should note some players in foul trouble in this game. The Spartans, Whitney Ankenbrook, who has 5 points, second leading scorer for them. She has 3 fouls. Kendall McLaughlin, who only played a short time in that first half, she has 3 fouls as well. Spartans gonna have to manage that in the second half.
And Whitney Ankenbrook, one of the sophomores we talked about earlier, really needs to keep her fouls in check, or they're not gonna have her for very much longer.
See if she's able to do that. Not too much foul trouble for the Raiders. Couple players sitting at 1 or 2 fouls. Nothing to be too concerned with yet. With the ball put back in play, we're underway in the second half. Fry gets it over to Mullering. She now goes over to Helsum. Back to Fry, working on the outside. Ankenbrook, who we were just talking about with those 3 fouls, pulls up from 3, and that one not gonna go. Rebounded by the Raiders. We'll see what they can do in transition. And now the deep 3 attempt from the Raiders. We've seen that a couple times. That one does not go. And now going more inside, the pass outside now, and the 3-point attempt from Mohammed. She can't get it to go, but the rebound and the bucket for Morgan Cross.
And the Raiders trying a lot of threes that are just not going in. They'll have to work it in through the paint, just like we saw.
That was Cross's first points of the game. Raiders have relied on heavily on second chance points in this one. And now another turnover for the Spartans as the Raiders hold a 1-point lead. And now the 3-point attempt from Mohammed. She cannot quite get it to go. Another rebound, though, from the Raiders, and a foul on the floor. And the Raiders continuing to get a significant amount of offensive rebounds.
Homestead cannot allow to get shooters be that wide open.
Kendall McLaughlin checks back into the game in place of Carly Mullering. She sits on 3 fouls. Gates now on Helsum. Gets it down low. But it's going to be poked away by Fry. Spartans will get that turnover there.
Spartans need to get something going to regain this lead.
See if they try to work through Epps like they've been doing most of the night. Fry has it now. Now it'll get down to Epps, who's down low, guarded by 3 Raiders. And now Fry pulls from 3, and that one just rolls out. And then it kicks off a Raiders player. That goes off Rylan Goodwin, who couldn't handle the rebound. So the Spartans a bit of a lucky break.
And you can see the impact Epps has on the Spartans team. All the defenders going into the paint and leaving an open shooter in the corner.
Ball put in play to Epps now. Over to Ankenbrook. Helsum gets it inside to Epps, and another bucket from Martin. We're seeing Epps go inside a lot tonight.
That is her 13th point. Northridge just cannot stop her at all.
She averaged 12 points a game last season after a bit of fall off late in the year, already up to 13 in this one. Fry knocks that one away for the Spartans. Raiders hold possession. Miller now. Over to Goodwin. Back to Miller, who's guarded by Helsum. She's going to go with the backdoor pass. It's bobbled. Now out to Mohammed. She's going to go all the way across the court. The ball even touches the net. The Raiders just hold on here. Goodwin kicks it back outside. Now the 3-point attempt. That one just a little bit short. And McLaughlin comes down with the rebound for the Spartans, and she will get fouled.
And another deep 3 by Northridge. They need to settle for better shot attempts here.
They have settled for a lot of those deep 3 shots. They just have not been working. You saw Epps on that replay working down low. That's what she's been doing a lot tonight in this game. She'll have the ball again here. Gets it out to Ankenbrook. Almost loses her dribble, able to hold on to it. Epps. Guarded closely still, as she's been all night. Helsum. She's going to try to work inside. Epps from 3 now, and that one's going to miss. Fry gets the rebound. Back to Epps, who's going to drive inside, and she'll get the basket plus the foul.
Epps just unstoppable in the paint tonight. Has 15 points now and has a chance for a three-point play.
And that foul goes against Gabby Gates as her second of the night. Epps will head to the line for her 8th free throw. She's able to get that one to go. Now 6 of 8 from the line. And now the pass and the three-point attempt from Conley, who was wide open, and she can't get her to go. The Raiders trying to strike quick on that possession.
And that's multiple times now that the Spartans have left an open shooter. Just missed opportunities here by Northridge.
And then the Spartans had an opportunity in transition, but Epps had the ball poked out from her. That'll go out of bounds, but stays Spartans' possession. Fry will take the inbound. It's going to be inside to Epps once again, and that one rattles away. Still just a bit of a struggle for the Spartans offensively, but the Raiders, no struggle in that possession, getting the quick bucket.
And once again, the Spartans leaving an open player in transition. They really need to get down the court and stop those.
Epps pulls up from 3 just outside the arc. She gets that one to fall. Offense is starting to work now for these two teams.
And that is another basket for Epps. Northridge just has no answer for her in this game.
Conley gets it outside. Now it goes over to Goodwin. Gates, guarded by Helsum. We're going to get whistles, and it's going to be a foul against Gabby Helsum. You see Maya Epps' three-point make. Something we saw a lot from her last year. She's been working a lot more inside in this game. Raiders offense goes back at it, and the drive inside the whistle. And they will say it was on the shot. It'll go against Liv Fry, and it'll be 2 shots for the Raiders.
Homestead gaining a little bit of foul trouble here with Kendall McLaughlin with 3 fouls right now.
So Morgan Cross goes to the line. She has 2 points in this game. And her first free throw rattles out. Raiders currently trail by 5 in what has been an extremely defensive affair so far. And now Oskin and Mollering check into the game. McLaughlin and Fry check out. Second free throw now for Cross. One of the captains on this team, a senior on this squad, able to get her second shot to go. Spartans lead down to 4.
And that is her 3rd point of the game. She has not been as dominant as she was last game.
Epps has her shot go off the backboard. Raiders looking to push it up court once again. Some contact down the court from Mollering. No whistles, and the Raiders another second chance point opportunity.
And the Spartans have to do something about those offensive rebounds.
It was Morgan Cross once again striking with the rebound and the bucket. Epps slowing things down as she comes across the court. She crossed into the second half of this 3rd quarter. Ankenbrook fakes the pass to Epps. Now Epps has it. It's poked away. Mollering right there to recover it. Now the screen from Epps. Oskin. As the Raiders defense really beginning to press now. And Mollering pulls from 3. That one way short. Cross gets the rebound.
That's a missed opportunity right there. She was wide open there for a minute, but the dribbler was not able to see her.
And now Cross gets the layup to go. And like a lightning strike, the Raiders have come out of nowhere and tied this game at 29.
And the Spartans have to do something on this possession to try to stop this momentum by the Raiders.
Ankenbrook pulls up from 3, and that's one way to do that. She gets the three-pointer to go, and she's up to 8 points on the night.
Huge basket right there.
Raiders come fighting back. Can't quite get that layup to go, but a nice rebound there from Cross, even with 2 Spartan defenders on her. That is just great fight from her. You get another look at the three-pointer from Ankenbrook. And now a timeout on the court from the Raiders. We'll step aside. The Spartans lead 32-31. Welcome back to Homestead High School, where the Spartans hold a narrow 32-31 lead with just under 2.5 minutes remaining in this third quarter. And Malachi, these offenses struggled big time in the first half, but they're starting to get things together here in the third quarter.
Yeah, both teams kind of figuring out their offense, and we'll see how each team responds on defense to try to stop that.
Well, this game was a 1-point difference at the half. The Spartans led, and now still just a 1-point game. The Spartans were able to push their lead up a little bit, but the Raiders just came clawing back almost immediately. Even held a lead for a portion of this third quarter. Spartans will put the ball in play now. Oskin just able to get that one. Spartans got to get across midcourt here. Moring will do just that. She's guarded by Conley. Now Oskin has it. Gets inside to Epps, who's double teamed. She's going to get hit. That's going to be a foul against Morgan Cross.
Another foul there for the Raiders. They have to be careful going forward to limit their fouls.
That is the third foul of the game for Cross, who has 9 points in this one. She will check out of the match. She was huge in this third quarter run for the Raiders. Epps now passes into Ankenbrook, who fakes a three. Now will go for one, and that one's short. Raiders get the rebound. However, it'll actually be a fight for the ball, and they will come up with it and then just throw that one away. A big mistake on that play from Gabby Gates.
We'll see if Homestead can capitalize on this mistake there from Northridge.
Mollering will now put it in play to Epps. Inkenbrooks tries to set a screen, doesn't work out too well. Epps gets her own rebound, now the fight for the ball, and it will be a tie-up. The possession arrow favors the Raiders.
And a beautiful move to get into the paint, just not able to convert on the layup there.
We've seen her be able to find space down low. We're just struggling with converting those layups. Really, it's been a struggle for both teams in this one. Goodwin, and again, a missed layup inside. And on the second chance opportunity, a foul against the Spartans.
And that's another offensive rebound by Northridge. Homestead has to find something to stop that.
Taylor Ball will head to the free throw line. An opportunity to tie or take the lead in this game. With less than 10 minutes remaining in this contest. And the first free throw just too long. Now we're going to get some substitutions. Liv Fry comes into the game in place of Oskin.
Northridge with a chance to tie it here with this free throw.
And they will do just that. Mentioned Fry coming out of the game. She just picked up her third foul. So now multiple Spartans sitting at 3 fouls in this game. Fry. Epps. Just short on that one.
A contested three right there, not really the shot you're looking for, but almost goes in.
Raiders down low. Going for the backdoor pass, and that's going to go off the hands of Conley and out of bounds. Spartans will get possession.
And great defense right there. We'll see if Homestead can capitalize off that and retake the lead.
Fry brings it up court for Homestead. Looking to get this offense going. Epps just able to get that one away. Mollering pulls from 3, and that's no good. Fry gets the board. And now a whistle and contact. That'll be a foul against the Raiders. That one goes against Rylan Goodwin.
And that is another foul for the Raiders, getting into foul trouble here late in the game.
That will be her third foul on the night. As she checks out of the game, and Rieksecker will take her place. Fry now, and that pass blocked away, but straight out of bounds. Another opportunity for her here.
Northridge has shown some great inbound defense here, deflecting multiple passes throughout the game.
Now McLaughlin checks in for Ankenbrook, and Epps will take the inbound pass instead of Fry. She gets it in. Fry over to Epps, who pulls from 3. And that one No good with a high bounce off the rim.
She's taken a lot of threes recently, just not working. You'll see if she goes back to going into the paint.
And now an unforced error from the Raiders. That pass going off the hands of Cameron Connolly, who was wide open down the court. And we've seen that a couple times on off of defensive possessions for the Raiders.
And Northridge just cannot afford those misses.
Hossam pulls from three, and she gets that one to go. The Spartans take the 3-point lead with 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Huge three right there by Gabby Hossam.
Riegsecker has it. See if Northridge holds for the final shot of the third quarter. Connolly, Riegsecker. She's gonna go outside. 5 seconds remain on the clock. And now the shot and the foul. Sabrina Miller went up. Just too much contact from the Spartans on that shot.
And taking a lot of time off the clock, only 3 seconds here left in the third quarter.
And that foul went against Gabby Hossam. That is her third now on the night.
Homestead with a lot of fouls this game. Those sophomores who are so important to this team already into foul trouble here in the game.
Multiple players sit at 3 fouls on both squads. In fact, 3 players that are in the game right now for Homestead sit on 3 fouls. The second free throw is good. Spartan's going to go up court. Less than a second on the clock. Epps gets it off, and that one just misses. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. The Homestead Spartans lead 35-33.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco specializes in pizza, subs, and more. Order online at marcos.com or by phone at 625-6800. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead Media's athletics coverage.
Welcome back to Homestead High School as the Spartans put the ball in play to begin the fourth quarter with the 2-point lead. Epps has it now for Homestead. Out to Ankenbrook, who just keeps that one in bounds, but it's thrown to Goodwin of the Raiders, who drives down the court, can't quite tie the game up. Gates gets the rebound.
A missed opportunity there on the fast break.
Miller out to Cross. Goodwin. Gonna try to drive inside, nothing there as Mullering shuts her down. Mohammed out to Cross. And now back to Miller. Cross, she'll try driving inside. And now the lay-in, and that time it is good from Gabby Gates.
And Northridge ties it up here. We'll see if Homestead can do something on this drive to get their lead back.
35-35 with 7 minutes remaining in this game. Fry has it now for Homestead, out to Mullering. Hossam looking for anyone to pass to. She'll just dribble and go inside. And there's going to be a foul on that one. That goes against Gabby Gates, and Hossam will have 2 shots at the line.
And that's the third foul for Gabby Gates right there. Getting into foul trouble here late. She'll have to make sure she controls that.
4 Raiders players in the game right now sit at 3 fouls, but at this point, you really just can't pull them from the game, at least until they're at 4, as Hossa misses her first free throw. Her second one is up, and that one is good, so the Spartans reclaim the lead, 36-35. Cross now for the Raiders. Over to Raiders offense continues to work. Mohammed. Epps tries to poke it out, but fails. That time she's able to get a piece of it, but it's going to be a foul, more arm than ball foul against Maya Epps.
And that is just her first foul in this game. She has stayed with it. She has not fouled much in this game.
She's played physical. She's left a mark on this game, but she's played smart throughout the night. Goodwin now for the Raiders. Over to Cross, back to Goodwin. Cross is guarded by Fry. She has the ball. She's going to try to drive inside. Mollering gets a piece of it, but Cross able to power through and lay it in.
And Northridge taking the lead here late in this game. We'll see what Homestead can do to respond to that.
6 minutes left in regulation. The Spartans trail by 1. Raiders lead 37-36. Mollering holds on to the ball. Gets it out to Ankenbrook. Fakes the shot. And she's going to have the ball poked away by Goodwin. And now that's going to get poked away by Liv Fry. And that one is going to go out of bounds. And they're going to say off of the Raiders. The Spartans will get possession.
Great play right there by Homestead, just getting the ball back after a costly turnover.
Liv Fry with the big hustle play there. You see her huffing and puffing, making a diving effort for that ball. Now the Spartans bring it back up. And it goes back to Fry. Out to Ankenbrook, who pulls up from 3. And again, the Spartans struggling to hit from 3. Mollering gets the rebound. She fakes the three-pointer. Over to Fry. Back to Mollering. Gets it inside to Epps. And Epps will get the rebound to go. Some contact as she goes down. She's grimacing in pain at the moment. There was no foul call, but Epps down on the court. Officials let the play go for the time being.
And that is a tragic loss for Homestead right now. She has 21 points on the game.
And now the whistles will finally come, and the crowd was starting to turn on the officials there. Epps obviously down in significant pain at the moment, and we will step aside.
For more than 30 years and 2 generations, RT and Colin Green have given Fort Wayne more than proven personal injury representation. They have shared everyday life with the people they serve. These deep ties give RT, Colin, and every member of Team Green Law the local Fort Wayne knowledge and insight to know the best way to help you get the recovery you deserve. See the difference local experience makes. For a free consultation, visit us online at teamgreenlaw.com. Team Green Law, for you, with you.
Welcome back to Homestead High School. The injured player, Maya Epps, was able to get off the court, walking with some assistance from her coaches. She was able to get over to the bench. We'll see if she's able to come back into this game. Certainly a big loss from the Spartans, at least for the time being. Wholesome now. Over to Fry. They hold a 1-point lead with 5 minutes remaining in this one. Ankenbrook being guarded tightly by Goodwin. Fry gets her out of that. Mollering. Over to McLaughlin. Fry trying to do anything. Spartans taking their time on this possession. Mollering's going to pull up from 3, and she'll get that one to go. Nothing but net.
With Maya Epps out, there has to be someone who can step up, and Mollering just does it right there.
And that pushes this to a 2-possession Spartans lead with a little more than 4 minutes remaining. Raiders continue to stick with their offensive working inside. Gates, the mid-range jumper, she can't get her to go. And these offenses tonight, it's been three-pointers, inside layups, and that's about it. We have not seen mid-range jumpers able to go.
Yeah, no mid-range jumpers for really both teams here, just living on the outside and in the inside.
Fry gets it out to Mullering. She thinks about a three, but thinks better of it and gets it out to Ankenbrook. Hosum now. Back to Fry. The offense really running through her and Mullering for the time being. Ankenbrook. Can't find anyone to get it to. Now she lost her dribble. Mullering able to strip it away. McLaughlin back to Mullering, who pulls up from three once again, and that one just rattles out. Cross gets the rebound for the Raiders, bringing it up in transition. She'll drive inside, and no one there to guard her after Gabby Gates pushed Mullering to the ground, but there was no call from the officials.
And a great opportunity right there by Northridge, and they take advantage of it.
And now we're going to get whistles and a timeout from the Spartans, who hold a 2-point lead with 3:17 remaining in the fourth quarter.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Welcome back to Homestead High School, where Coach Parker of the Spartans was just forced to burn a timeout after the Raiders cut the Spartans' lead down to just 2 points.
And without Maya Epps now, who's leading the Spartans with 21 points, they will need to find who can step up here for the last 3 minutes of this game.
She's currently out of the game with an injury for the time being. No word on if she'll be able to return or not. Mullering now has it for the Spartans. Over to Ankenbrook, now Fry. Those three have really been leading the offense alongside Helsum. Fry again. Spartans just taking their time with the 2-point lead. That might be the smart thing to do. Is now whistles and a foul against Morgan Cross. That'll be her fourth.
And fourth foul right here, she'll have to be careful as to not get her fifth and have to get benched.
Gabby Gates checks back into the game for Northridge. As her team trails by 2. Mullering gets the pass to Hosum, almost loses control of the ball. Now drives inside and goes around the defender, gets around Scholl and gets the bucket to go.
And a great drive right there, able to capitalize on that drive and make it in.
2-possession lead now for the Spartans. Goodwin has it, gets it over to Miller. Now Scholl's going to throw it inside. And that's going to be whistles, and that's going to be a foul against the Spartans. Liv Fry and Ankenbrook were in on that one, and that foul is going to go against Fry.
Fourth foul of the game here for Liv Fry. Cannot be making those mistakes.
Speaking of 4 fouls, Morgan Cross, who has 4 fouls, checks back into the game for the Raiders, taking the place of Gabby Gates. And now Maya Epps checks back into the game following her injury a couple minutes ago.
We'll see how effective she can be while injured.
Looks like she might have that left ankle taped up a bit at the moment. Cross now. Guarded closely, and now a travel called against Cross and a missed opportunity for Northridge.
And Northridge could not afford that. Now they're down by 4 with 2 minutes left.
And now Gates immediately checks back in place of Cross. Epps trying to stretch out her ankle a little bit now as she goes down the court into position. Mullering will bring it up court instead of Epps for the time being. And that ball going to get poked away by Miller, but go out of play. Spartans will retain possession.
Homestead has to be smart here. Can't turn the ball over and let Northridge get a fast break opportunity.
Just over 2 minutes remain in this game, and with no shot clock in Indiana high school basketball, the Spartans can run as much clock as they want unless the Raiders stop them. Hosum. We're going to get whistles. Debating over who that will go against, and they're going to say that goes against number 22, Gabby Gates.
And that is her 4th of the game. Really needs to be careful not to foul out here.
So now Cross and Gates both have 4 fouls for the Raiders, and they've been subbing in for each other, especially in this 4th quarter. McLaughlin just able to get it in to Helsum. Helsum gets it down low to Epps, who bobbles it, but able to retain possession. The Spartans have wasted a lot of time on this drive, and now Epps is going to go down hard. She was surrounded by 3 Raiders defenders, and it's going to be a foul against Cameron Conley. And don't forget, next Saturday, Homestead will have their next home basketball game against Noblesville. We will have that game for you right here on Homestead Live.
And that'll be a tough game for Homestead. We'll see if they can win that one.
Epps gets her first free throw to go. She has 23 points in this game following that free throw. So Spartans lead up to 6 now with just under 2 minutes remaining. 3-point attempt from the Raiders, and that one is good from Cameron Conley. So she gets the foul on the defensive end and gets the 3-pointer on offense. And the Spartans lead still just 1 possession.
And that is a huge basket to change the lead down to just 1 possession here.
Mollering has it now. Guarded by Scholl. Helsum now. Inside to Epps. She's going to shoot that one, and she's going to get just enough on that one to go. Spartans lead up to 5. Raiders come quickly back down the court. Gates just going to force that shot up. Somehow gets her own rebound. That time she's not going to have anyone there to help her, though. Mollering.
And Homestead here with an opportunity to put the game away.
And a big 3-point shot right there. And the Spartans starting to pull away. 8-point lead with just 60 seconds remaining.
Huge basket right there to extend the lead to 8 with only 57 seconds left in this game.
Foul against Homestead as Morgan Cross checks back into the game in place of Lily Scholl.
Northridge going to have a big play here quick.
The ball is going to go out of bounds. And it's going to go off of the Raiders. So the Spartans get the forced turnover there. And things starting to look bleak for the Raiders.
Huge play for the Spartans. Northridge just could not do that right there. Needed a basket, and they did not get one.
Mollering gets the ball in bounds. Fry, make sure to get it across midcourt. She loses it, but Epps is right there to help her out. Helsum over to Fry. 45 seconds remain. Mollering. Epps. And we're going to get an intentional foul from Northridge. That one goes against Sabrina Miller.
Huge free throws right here. Maya Epps has looked very good from the free throw line today. We'll see if she can make these 2.
She's able to make her free throws here. This game would be all but over. Spartans still firmly in the driver's seat no matter what happens with these shots. First free throw not able to go for Epps, and she had that injury a couple minutes ago. She got some work done on her ankle, and since she came back into the game, she's looked pretty good.
Yeah, not really affected by that ankle. Obviously can't drive as well, but her shooting form is still great.
And her second free throw will be nothing but nylon. So a 9-point lead for the Spartans, and Northridge is going to need a quick offensive possession here if they have any shot in this game. Miller's going to drive inside, and that rebound won't go. Mollering gets the board. Now it's poked away, and now we're going to get whistles on the court. get a look at the play here. I'm going to say that foul went against Miller. And you can clearly see on the replay there definitely was some contact there. So Mullering will head to the line for Homestead. She's been a little bit quiet in the scoring column, just 6 points, but she has been everywhere in this game.
And another free throw here to really put the game away with an 11-point lead.
Spartans offense has turned things around in this second half. That free throw just does not find its way home. Mullering up to 7 points after her first made free throw there. Goodwin's going to drive inside, guarded by Epps, and Epps going to send that one flying to the stands.
A great block right there. Her ankle seems to not affect her at all as she rises up and swats the ball away.
And that is the final dagger in this game. The Raiders trail by 10 with just 18 seconds remaining as Epps checks out of the game to a standing ovation. Oskin takes her spot. And the ball will be thrown across the court for the Raiders. Fight for it on the ground. Miller was able to get it, and she'll get the layup. So a nice job by Miller there fighting till the very end in this one. And now the Raiders going to burn a timeout as they trail by 8 with 11 seconds remaining. It'll be a full timeout, and we will step away. Welcome back to Homestead High School. The Spartans just got the ball back in play, and with just 5 seconds remaining in this game, looks like they're going to run things out. Miller gets it for the Raiders, but time will expire, and the Spartans will win their first game of the season, 52-44.
And a huge win for Homestead here with a brand new squad coming out and dominating Northridge.
And now we're going to head into the OPS postgame show. This was a game in which the offense has struggled for both of these teams. But in the second half, the Spartans especially were able to turn things around in this one. Their shooting percentage went up to 38 after a big struggle in the first half. And we'll take a look at the stats from this game. And with some technical difficulties, we will have to wait on that. But just looking at the score sheet for this one, Maya Epps, the big performance. She was everywhere for the Spartans. She finished the night with 25 points.
Yeah, made her impact felt on offense and defense. And more than just scoring, she also opened opportunities for her teammates.
Meanwhile, for the Raiders, their offense struggled as well in the first half. They improved in the second half. Actually had a higher shooting percentage than the Spartans, but their possessions just took so long. They didn't really get things going as quick as Homestead. Homestead was better in the transition offensively, and that's a big reason as to why they're able to win this game.
And those turnovers were so costly for Northridge in this game.
Well, as we begin to wrap things up on this one, we look ahead for these two teams. The Raiders will go to Norwell on Saturday in their next game. What do they need to improve on before that one?
I would say they have to make sure that they are limiting their turnovers, and in the transition, they are just stopping them.
Meanwhile, for the Spartans, they will begin conference play on Saturday at Wayne. Obviously, a big game anytime it's in conference. All those games counting towards the race to the conference championship at the end of the regular season. What do the Spartans need to take from this game that was good, and what do they need to improve on Saturday?
Well, the Spartans showed that their offense can be elite at the end of the game, but they need to make sure that they're starting off stronger And on the transition defense, they were not getting back fast enough and allowed some open shots.
Well, with that, we will wrap up today's broadcast. I want to give a huge shout out to our entire Homestead Live crew, all the men and women who work behind the scenes. And on behalf of color commentator Malachi Stout, I'm Braxton Hall saying so long from Spartan Arena, and we'll see you next week.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco specializes in pizza, subs, and more. Order online at marcos.com or by phone at 625-6800. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the .91 FM